Hello and welcome to this video on using the 700 series display. We'll begin with a quick start guide and then get into the finer details. First up, the most common thing you'll be doing is turning it on by pressing the power button and using the plus and minus buttons to increase or decrease the level of pedal assist. The higher the number, the more assistance you get as you pedal. Turning off the bike, all you got to do is hold the power button for a couple seconds and the bike will shut down electronically. Right there, that's about 90% of what you'll find yourself doing when riding the bike. Getting into the finer details, let's take a look at the anatomy. There are 3 buttons on the unit, plus, minus, and power. The screen shows a few things when powered on. Right in the center is the current speed. On the right of that is the current battery level. Continuing clockwise, you'll see the trip set, the pedal assist level 1 through 5, then the variable display in the corner. And finally above that, the motor power output. The variable display on the lower left can be changed by tapping the power button. It cycles between total odometer, max speed, average speed, a timer, and back to the odometer again. Pressing and holding the plus button will turn on the front and rear tail light and also dim the display in one move. Okay, one last basic function is the walk assist. Pressing and holding the minus button will send a little amount of power into the motor, making it easier to walk alongside the bike. Okay, let's get into the settings menu. Press and hold the plus and minus button for 2 seconds to get in. From here, plus and minus will now scroll up and down, and tapping the power button will confirm. In the display settings, the first thing you'll notice is an option to reset the trip counter. If you'd like, you can press the power button to confirm you want to change this value, then press plus or minus to scroll, and then press the power button to confirm and leave. When clearing the trip set, it will also clear the max speed and average speed that you've done on the ride. Other stuff in the settings menu don't really need a lot of changing. All the bicycle parameters have been correctly set by our team at the factory. But if you're curious, the toggle unit setting changes the display to read out in kilometers or miles. The wheel size setting changes what the display thinks that your wheel size will be. If you change this, then the display will give you an incorrect reading for the speed. Next is an option to change the throttle top speed limit on the bike. This setting doesn't affect pedal assist, which is already legally capped at the Class 3 limit of 28 miles an hour. As a reminder, Ride1Up is not responsible for how and where a bicycle is operated, especially when outside of the factory settings. Next is the set voltage value. This will change how the battery level indicator values the actual readout from the battery. SOC stands for State of Charge View. This will change the battery readout for an easy percentage or a much more accurate voltage reading. And last is sensitivity. This changes how quickly the motor power kicks in based on the rotation of pedaling. In level 1, it kicks in really quickly. In level 5, it's more of a slow start. The advanced settings menu is primarily used when the bike is being conceived, but there are a couple of neat features inside. The first one is Power Set. In the Power Set menu, you can adjust the level of pedal assist to your liking. Now, you might think this would cap the top speed, but really it's customizing the current running through the motor. You can set it to have 3 levels or 5 levels, and each increment can be set to a percentage of power. The next cool feature is the password. If you're worried about theft or teenagers, you can set a password to come up every time the bike is turned on. This will limit the bike features electronically, but not mechanically. Thanks for watching this video on the 700 series display functions. If you have any other further questions, feel free to reach out to our support team.